Hello, and welcome to Study Notes, brought to you by MTD Worksheet. MTD Worksheet is where book owners can go to have VIP access to added study material for each edition in the MTD Book Series. Study Notes are a small series of video journals that will discuss various subjects, matters within the MTD Book Series. Still with me? Let's go. In this edition of Study Notes, we will be discussing materials found in the second edition MTD book, Chords. What are chords? Chords are when two or more notes are being played at the same time, creating the underlining aspect and structure of harmony. But we are going to talk about triads the MTD way. Let's go to page 16. We will break down the chord progression of 2, 5, 1, then 1, 6, 2, 5, then 1, 4, 5, all in the key of C. Let's go. But before we begin, you're probably asking, what will this do? Well, what this will do is that it will make you aware of the space around you. It will add more fluid and expressive dynamic. And third, it will harmonically add intention to your phrase as a whole. Now, let's go to page 19. Okay, let's begin. Now, keep in mind, this will be in the key of C. Why C? It's more simple. It's all white notes. There's no sharps or flats to deal with. So let's begin. Okay, the first progression will be 2, 5, 1. You should know this, book owners. Also, we're going to be mixing major and minor worlds, right? So let's go. Keep that in mind. So the first one is going to be 2, which is minor position 4, found on page 8. The second one is 5, which is major position 5, found on page 2. And the last one is going to be major, which is 1, found on page 1. Yeah? Next, we have 1, 6, 2, and 5. We're mixing again. Major and minor worlds. Keep that in mind. The first one is major position 1, found on page 1. But this one, we're going to invert it to the second inversion. Go to page 15 for inversions. Next, we have 6, which is minor position 1. Go to page 1. Next, we have 2, which is minor position 4. Go to page 8. We will also be inverting this one, but this one will be the first inversion. Why are we inverting, you ask? Simple. It just simplifies everything in terms of the flow and how the body postures line up and move with one another. But you can do it on your own how you want it, but you might want to follow my suggestion on this one. So just flow with it for now until you're used to it. Next, we have 5, which is major position number 5, found on page 2. Next and final, we have 1, 4, and 5. You already know where 1 is. This one, you're going to be doing the first inversion, right? Again, go back to page 15 for inversions. Next is going to be 4, which is major position number 4, found on page 8. Yeah? And the next is going to be position number 5, which is found on page 2. All right. Thank you for joining me on this first study notes. Remember, go to themoviefoundation.org on the MTD Worksheet page. Is going to be a full detailed diagram of today's study notes, number 1. And remember, the views of MTD are only suggestive, not direct. Learn MTD, truth, no gimmicks.